What's up, everyone, and welcome to ClearTalk. So, in this one, we're going to be talking about the the Biden pardon. I'm going to kind of give my ideas. It's not going to be a very long one. Get my kind of opinion about it, and we're going to move on. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. If you do like what I'm doing here, continue checking out the other channels. Subscribe, like, share on all of them if you don't mind. JMD Drummer, JMDPLAY, Discord there. One-time donations or JMD Nation up top there. $3 a month there if you like. Any kind of support you give is much appreciated. So thank you very much. Yeah, so it was I guess last week, right? I can't remember what day, but last week. We had for months, the question being brought up about Biden's, son, and Biden did stayed out of it the whole, whatever. It stayed out of it. Let the justice system do what it was going to do. And I had all that to go through, right? Anyways, and then for months here, Biden's been asked quite a few times. I know at least twice, but quite a few times, I think, whether or not he was going to pardon his son. And every single time, it basically, I know they've done it in White House briefings with Jean-Pierre or whatever. And she said no, that he was not going to. And then he, in an interview or something, stated that he wasn't considering it, that it wasn't going to happen. I always thought that was silly, being quite honest, because it didn't make any sense that he wouldn't, if I'm being honest. But apparently it seemed to be a complete major ass surprise to a bunch of people, Democrats and Republicans. Well, maybe not Republicans, or maybe even some Republicans, I guess, that he lied. I mean, and that he decided that he was going to pardon his son. And this is some kind of surprise. I mean, quite frankly, it would be a surprise to me if he didn't. Because we're talking... this is his son. Okay. He would look like the most, unconcerning, caring father maybe ever if he didn't. Certainly ever to be in the White House. If you thought for a second, if you were out there and genuinely thought for a second that he was not going to pardon his son, you were delusional. I don't even know why you're even in this conversation. You should just check out. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Of course, he was going to pardon him. That's just obvious. Now, why he felt that he needed to kind of lie about it and act like he wasn't going to do it, I think that was mostly political, and the fact that there was a election and all that, going on. I think it was stupid. I think he just should have flat out from the beginning. Yeah, I'm considering it. I mean, he's my son. Why would I not? I think he should have just been honest straight out to the gate, and it wouldn't have been a big deal. Everybody would have been like, yeah, I mean, duh, it makes sense. There would probably be haters, yeah, but so what? And then for those who are acting like there's this is going to set some sort of precedent for Trump to do whatever he wants to do when he gets in office, how? How is this setting a precedent? Trump has already done this shit to himself the first time. He pardoned all kinds of moronic people that shouldn't have been pardoned. There have been pardons done by almost every president in modern history that were self-centered in some way. At least one of them that have been self-interested pardons. It's just an act that all presidents have the ability to do, and every one of them have pretty much carried out some sort of personal pardon in some way, form, or fashion. Because they can. Whether you like it or not. You can argue up and down that it's, and have good arguments that it shouldn't be allowed. Sure. I'm not against that. But it is. So I don't understand why you care. I don't understand why it's a big deal. This is not setting any kind of precedent. It should have been expected. And it wouldn't have stopped, if he didn't do it, wouldn't have stopped Trump from pardoning whatever the hell he wanted to. Because Trump does whatever the hell he wants to. So this is a stupid argument. This is a stupid conversation. This is a stupid news moment. And like I said, if you're under any kind of delusion that it wasn't going to happen, you really don't need to be here. Just saying. I'm just saying. Now, in saying all that, do I think that his son was guilty of anything and should not have been pardoned? I mean, I don't really. I mean, I think it was a bit of a political show going after him. I think it was, if he had been, I honestly do think if he was anybody else, the charges that were put up against him probably wouldn't have even been, like, it wouldn't have happened. But I think it was sort of politicized. I think it was because it was Biden's son that the charges were brought and this, this stuff was happening. And I think it was partly just to kind of be like a counter to what was going on with Trump. But it was, it is what it is, I don't really care. No, anything that, even if you argue that anything that they were trying to charge him with was criminal or was legit a crime or whatever the case, it doesn't even remotely add up to half the shit that Trump's done. So, I mean, if you're on the Trump bandwagon where you want to argue that Trump is completely innocent, but yet this what happened there was something that needed to be done, then you're just you're a complete hypocrite. I'm just saying, you're a complete hypocrite. You have no room to speak. Because Trump is guilty as, about as guilty as you can get on multiple facets. So, I don't really care. I don't care whether both of them are charged with shit or not. Well, I do. I wish they were. Well, I wish Trump was. But I mean, I honestly don't care. Biden had the ability to pardon his son, and he did. And everybody should have saw that coming. Period. Anyways, I've wasted too much time on this. I think it's absolutely silly, the outrage that it has caused, and people pretending like it's some big deal, and that it's just gonna open up the floodgates for Trump as if he wasn't gonna just bust them fuckers wide open anyways. You're an idiot. Thank you very much. Peace. See you on the next one.